There is nothing outside of yourself that can ever enable you to get better, stronger, richer, quicker, or smarter. Everything is within. Everything exists. Seek nothing outside of yourself. Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world. You must understand that there is more than one path to the top of the mountain. The ultimate aim of martial arts is not having to use them. If you wish to control others, you must first control yourself. Today is victory over yourself of yesterday. Tomorrow is your victory over lesser men. It is difficult to understand the universe if you only study one planet. The primary thing when you take a sword in your hands is your intention to cut the enemy, whatever the means, whenever you parry, hit, spring, strike, or touch the enemy's cutting sword. You must cut the enemy in the same movement. It is essential to attain this. If you think only of hitting, springing, striking, or touching the enemy, you will not be able actually to cut him. Get beyond love and grief. Exist for the good of man. All men are the same except for their belief in their own selves, regardless of what others may think of them. In battle, if you make your opponent flinch, you have already won. Do not sleep under a roof, carry no money or food, go alone to places frightening to the common brand of men, become a criminal of purpose, be put in jail, and extricate yourself by your own wisdom. If you do not control the enemy will control you. If you know the way broadly, you will see it in everything. Perception is strong and sight weak. In strategy, it is important to see distant things as if they were close, and to take a distanced view of close things. You should not have any special fondness for a particular weapon, or anything else. For that matter, too much is the same as not enough. Without imitating anyone else, you should have as much weaponry as suits you. The only reason a warrior is alive is to fight, and the only reason a warrior fights is to win. The important thing in strategy is to suppress the enemy's useful actions, but allow his useless actions. Whatever the way, the master of strategy does not appear fast. Of course, slowness is bad. Really skillful people never get out of time, and are always deliberate, and never appear busy. To become the enemy, see yourself as the enemy of the enemy. The true science of martial arts means practicing them in such a way that they will be useful at any time, and to teach them in such a way that they will be useful in all things. You may abandon your own body, but you must preserve your honor. Under the sword lifted high, there is hell making you tremble, but go ahead and you have the land of bliss. When you decide to attack, keep calm and dash in quickly, forestalling the enemy. Attack with a feeling of constantly crushing the enemy, from first to last. There is no one way to salvation. Whatever the manner in which a man may proceed. All forms and variations are governed by the eternal intelligence of the universe that enables a man to approach perfection. It may be in the arts of music and painting, or it may be in commerce, law, or medicine. It may be in the study of war or the study of peace. Each is as important as any other. Spiritual enlightenment through religious meditation such as Zen or in any other way is as viable and functional as any way a person should study as they see fit. No man is invincible, and therefore no man can fully understand that which would make him invincible. It is difficult to realize the true way just through sword fencing. Know the smallest things and the biggest things, the shallowest things and the deepest things. Truth is not what you want it to be. It is what it is, and you must bend to its power or live a lie. When in a fight to the death, one wants to employ all one's weapons to the utmost. I must say that to die with one's sword still sheathed is most regrettable. Both in fighting and in everyday life, you should be determined though calm, meet the situation without tenseness, yet not recklessly. Your spirit settled yet unbiased. Even when your spirit is calm, do not let your body relax. And when your body is relaxed, do not let your spirit slacken. Do not let your spirit be influenced by your body or your body be influenced by your spirit. It is said the warrior's is the twofold way of pen and sword, and he should have a taste for both ways. Even if a man has no natural ability, he can be a warrior by sticking assiduously to both divisions of the way. Polish your wisdom, learn public justice, distinguish between good and evil, study the ways of different arts one by one. A man cannot understand the art he is studying if he only looks for the end result, without taking the time to delve deeply into the reasoning of the study. When your opponent is hurrying recklessly, you must act contrarily and keep calm. You must not be influenced by the opponent. Whatever the way, the master of strategy does not appear fast. A bullet from a gun does not make a distinction between practice and combat. You are training to be one and the same way in your life. 1,000 days of training to develop, 10,000 days of training to polish. You must examine all this well. Why would you want to appear as one thing and be another? If you are a warrior, then you are a warrior, and if you are not a warrior, then you are not a warrior. The way of the warrior is the way of the warrior. To be a warrior, look like a warrior and stand like a warrior. Do not be false to yourself. You should not have a favorite weapon. To become overfamiliar with one weapon is as much a fault as not knowing it sufficiently well. When you attack the enemy, your spirit must go to the extent of pulling the stakes out of a wall and using them as spears and halberds.